Hi, my name is John. You are watching iLead. We're a community focused on leadership development. We help you grow on purpose so that you can lead on purpose. Our topic today is we look at the debate, are leaders born or are they made? And we ask the question, why is this such an important debate? We want to have a look at the secret intent behind this debate, because really it hasn't come to any satisfactory conclusion. So what's the problem here? People from all walks of life are interested in this debate. And I mean not just leaders. We're talking about people from right across the scope are interested in this, are they born or are they made debate. The term "are leaders born or made" on Google and YouTube ranks really high in their search analytics. It's clear that people want to know. They want to know what is the defining criteria that makes a leader. They are interested in whether leaders are born or made. This curiosity feeds the frenzy around this debate, and the internet is full of videos, blogs, articles, podcasts about the origins of leadership. It just shows that the divide is wide and the debate is still very heated. This question strikes a chord with all kinds of people, leaders and non-leaders alike. The non-leaders are the ones that seem to get a little bit more protective about their view and opinion. They will state it boldly and back it up with examples and reasons, where leaders are a little less vehement about their opinion. And maybe that's because they already have the title. But it is safe to say that people seem passionate about their view and opinion on this topic. Interestingly, the stance that people take, the side of the fence that they stand on, really seems to be influenced by their own view and opinion of success. Sports people that have got to the top through hard work, dedication, sweat and tears will without hesitation claim that leaders are made. And they select role models that portray the same characteristics as they have. And it justifies all of their hard work. My role model has achieved success through hard work, therefore I will achieve success through hard work. Yet the broadcaster or the reporter sitting watching them will admire them and in an instant say they were born with a greatness in them. And what defines them as such a great sports person is the fact that they were born with these inherent leadership qualities and abilities. Even with all of these examples, even with all of these lists of criteria and characteristics that are inherent in leaders, there's no absolute conclusion on whether leaders are born or made. There's no finality, which leads me to the conclusion there is a problem with the debate. And I'm confused and I want answers. What about you? So in a little bit of a twist, this video is not necessarily about are leaders born or made. It's more about why is that debate so important? So if you would like information on why are leaders born or made, there is a link in the description, leads you to a video, my last video that I did, that highlights are leaders born or are leaders made? And you might be surprised by the outcome. So just why is this debate so important? Why are people's hackles up about whether leaders are born or made? Why do people take a stance and a viewpoint and just dogmatically stick to their guns? People's obsession over the origins of leadership is born out of the fact that we are looking for the X factor. We are looking for a single defining characteristic that separates leaders from the followers. We want to be able to have a list or a criteria that characterizes a great leader. And we want to put that on a list. And then we want to give that list to people and say, well, do you have this or don't you? As a way of defining who are leaders and who aren't. We want to use a checklist as an audit, as a self-audit, as a characteristics check to see if we have the criteria. Do we meet the checklist? Do we have the criteria that makes a leader or not? People use the various sides of this debate to kind of predict whether they will be successful. If Bill Gates had determination and foresight, and I've got determination and foresight, therefore it means that I will be just as successful as Bill Gates. I work hard like Magic Johnson, and as a result, I'm also going to be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. We're kind of saying if they have the characteristic and I have the characteristic, therefore I will have the same results as they do. But it even goes a step beyond that. Sometimes people will use the criteria as justification for their failure. So if I look at a sports person and I see, ooh, they reached the top of the podium because of their determination, because of their grit. That's why I'm not successful. They were born with that determination and grit. I wasn't born with the same determination and the same grit. Therefore, my failure, my mediocrity is justified because I wasn't born with that criteria. And it's at that point that I then feel sorry for people that get caught up in the born or made debate. I feel sorry for them because they lose sight of the secret intent of the debate. The secret intent, what is the secret intent of the debate? The hidden message, the hidden secret, the underlying reason for this Are Leaders Born or Made debate is we are looking for where does the responsibility for success lie. Saying that leaders are born is putting the responsibility for success elsewhere. Saying that leaders are made is assuming the responsibility, taking the ownership and saying, I will be made, I will make myself into a leader. It literally boils down to, is success born out of characteristics that are within my control or outside of my control? And if we can bring it down to one single criteria and say, yes, I have it or no, I don't, then at least we can predict our success that way. And that's wrong. That's not what the debate is about. Ironically, there is one single criteria, one single trait that separates leaders from the followers. But this criteria is not even brought into the debate. We don't even bring it into the discussion. We don't even recognize it as a characteristic for great leadership. I'm going to share with you this characteristic, and then I'm also going to share with you why people don't acknowledge it as the defining characteristic, as the defining trait. Why don't we like this? Why don't we want it in our lives? Hang about. We're going to get straight to it. If you were to take all of the leaders in history and line them up and analyze, let's look at what is the defining characteristic. What is the single quality that makes these people stand out from their followers? You are going to come up with one single criteria. There is one thing that separates the leader from the rest of the herd. And that single characteristic is the power of vision. Vision. The definition of a leader states, a leader is someone that guides a team to achieve a vision. The vision starts the team, ignites the leader, shapes the leader. Without vision, there is not a leader. If you look at all of the great leaders throughout history, you can say some of them were born into greatness. Some of them were born into positions of authority because of their family context. But not all of them. Some of them were born with high moral values and they were out there for the good of humanity. But not all of them. Some of them are incredibly intelligent, have fantastic foresight, but not all of them. So if those things were the defining criteria, it would be in all of them. The single criteria that all of the great leaders have throughout history is the fact that they all chased a vision. And it's not having a vision that defines you as a leader. It's the pursuit of that vision, whether you do it successfully or not. The reality is each one of the great leaders had an objective, a vision that they worked towards achieving. And the cold, hard truth is that if you have a vision, you are a leader. End of story. We all work, we all get up and we go to work, whether we recognize it or not, because of a vision. We are either pursuing our own vision or we are pursuing somebody else's vision. But we all pursue a vision. If we're pursuing somebody else's vision, we are followers. If we are pursuing our own vision and we have a team helping us, then we are the leader. Whoever has the vision, whoever owns it, is the leader. Now, let me tell you why people do not like this perspective. People avoid acknowledging vision as the defining criteria, as the X factor for leaders, because it puts the responsibility of leadership squarely at the feet of the visionary. We cannot make it about socioeconomic status. We cannot make it about intelligence. We can't make it about some mythical factor. We can't even make it about moral goodness or evilness for that matter. It is purely, are you in pursuit of a vision? And that responsibility is with you, because any Joe, any average Joe that wakes up in the morning and he decides, today's the day I'm going to chase that vision, that's the day that individual becomes a leader. Understand me, I'm not saying that they're going to become instantly successful. But as soon as you start chasing a vision, you are moving up from the ranks of follower into the position of leader. Leadership is not a title. It is an attitude. It is a passion to achieve something that comes from within us. And when you ask many people whether or not they are leaders, they'll say no. Ask them if they're chasing a vision. They say yes. And many of those people are having a tough time chasing those visions because they do not develop their leadership skills and abilities. So they are lacking the skills to achieve the success because they are not leaders. They need to become the leaders. They need to exercise leadership skills and abilities. People don't want the responsibility. They like the born or made argument because it puts the responsibility on something or somewhere else. If the criteria for leadership is you are born, I can quickly evaluate, do I have that criteria, yes or no? If yes, well, hey, great, then I'm going to be a success, whether I put in the effort or not. Not true. Or, hey, no, I don't have the criteria. Oh, well, then I'm not going to become a leader, so I might as well just, hang around with the turkeys. No. Going in pursuit of a vision requires that you have a bag full of leadership goodies. You must have the skills and the abilities. And let me tell you, where you are right now in life is as a direct result of the skills and abilities that you have. And they can only take you as far as they can. And then you are going to have to upgrade. You're going to have to get other skills and abilities. So this means that as leaders, we have to be constantly developing ourselves. We have to be constantly improving ourselves. We need more leadership goodies all the time. Brian Tracy shares a story where he talks about that becoming a millionaire is tough. It's really difficult. Your first million is hard. Your second million is inevitable. But your focus mustn't be on becoming a millionaire. It must be about becoming the kind of person that becomes a millionaire. Do you get it? And the same is for achieving a vision. It's not about achieving the vision. It's about becoming the kind of person that achieves the vision. Then it becomes easier. So we don't work on becoming a leader. We become the kind of person that becomes a leader. The born or made debate tosses the responsibility back and forward, where having the concept of vision creates leaders puts that responsibility for success squarely on the shoulders of the leader. You've picked up this mantle. You are going to have to see it through. You are going to have to work on you. And for most people, it's just too much. It's too hard. They don't want to do that. They don't want to work and develop and improve themselves. People want to cling on to the fact that, if I'm born with or without the right characteristics, will make me rich or it'll keep me poor. Because it moves the responsibility away from them. It gives the responsibility to someone else. By doing that, you are removing your own power. You give your power away for the condition of your life, for the success in your life. I have long been sharing this concept in terms of vision is what makes a leader. And I've long been sharing the fact that the secret intent of that debate is to shift responsibility. It is trying to assign responsibility, and those that want it will take it and grow themselves, and those that don't want it won't take it and won't grow themselves. So I've had people write to me and say, do you know what, John, because you say it's about vision, that means leaders are made. So please admit that leaders are made and not born. Well, I can admit to that. If you are saying it's about having a vision and pursuing the vision is what makes a leader, then fine, I will admit to the fact that leaders are made. I've also had people write to me and say, John, leaders are born with a vision. No. People that pick up a vision find a mission first. They discover who they are. They start working on their own abilities, their own gifts, their own skills. And in that process of mining and building and developing their own mission, they discover a vision. We are not born with a vision. Anyone that wakes up in the day and decides they're going to pursue a vision will pursue a vision. The impact of that vision will decide what kind of leader you will become. If you are going to chase a global vision, you'll become a global leader. If you are chasing a local vision, you'll become a local leader. If you're chasing an individual or a private vision, you're going to become a personal leader. It's as simple as that. Still, the fact remains, whether you are a global leader or a personal leader, you would have to develop the leadership skills and abilities to fulfill your vision successfully. You must become the kind of person in order to achieve the vision. What's the conclusion? Conclusion is, it doesn't matter whether leaders are born or made. What matters is whether or not they have a vision and they are actively in pursuit of the vision. Why is that important? The secret intent of that debate is to assign the responsibility. By me picking up a vision, I assume the responsibility and I take the responsibility for my development, and I will then pursue the vision. How do you become that kind of leader? Very simple. You click like on this video, you click subscribe, and in the description below, you'll see there is a link to the website www.johnusher.com. You click that and join iLead. iLead is a community focused on the development of leaders. We help you grow on purpose so that you can lead on purpose. I hope that you've got something out of this video today. If you have, please think about the like and subscribe button, and please consider joining iLead. It is free after all. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.